Alright, y'all. What's going on with it? How y'all feeling? Me? It's been a long ass day. I woke up to no power, and apparently the New Day had the same problem. The New Day is no longer with the WWE. I guess my only question is, what type of bullshit is the WWE on now? And that goes double for TKO. WrestleMania was 2 weeks ago. We haven't really had a chance to process everything that happened that weekend. WWE almost seems lost in a few ways. Clearly, they lost their damn mind for one. This is almost like R-Truth all over again. And just like R-Truth, what's up? I need to know something. At every major premium live event, there's a pre-show, a post-show, a mid-week mixer, where the executives of the company hold a few press calls for the media. Basically, what I'm saying is they talk too damn much. I don't care about kickoff shows and post-event conferences. I want to hear from the people in charge what the hell is going on right now. Maybe WWE feels like the fans don't deserve an answer. Because most of the time, when we see releases like this, we never get an explanation. The R-Truth situation didn't sit right with me last year. The New Day not being in the WWE is a whole nother level of being incompetent. Because this is really where I have a hard time when certain people get released or don't get a contract renewed. When I saw the list of accomplishments from Kofi Kingston, he's done everything in his company, including trying to keep the Royal Rumble exciting when that event just wasn't living up to the hype. Kofi has won every title in the WWE numerous times. Every title except the WWE Championship. He won it, but just one time. And even though Kofi continued to wrestle after he lost the championship, based on what just happened today, that's also when Kofi's career was over. Maybe I just have a weird and unique perspective. Or maybe this shit is just blatantly obvious. Brock Lesnar squashed Kofi for the championship. That was almost exactly like what the New York Knicks just did to the Atlanta Hawks in the playoffs. That's basically a blowout. Outside of Kofi actually winning the championship at WrestleMania, WWE made his title run a joke by ending it that way with Brock Lesnar. I'm a different type of fan when it comes to pro wrestling. Because let's just be honest, a lot of the characters and a lot of the matches are not what they're supposed to be. It's just about the principles for me. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Kofi Kingston has been with WWE 18 years. He's coming up on the 20th year where any other superstar would be celebrated. That's almost like a person that's been working for a company over 30 years and they get fired a couple of years before they retire. If Kofi Kingston has been wrestling for 18 years, it's feasible that he might not wrestle that much longer. And let's just say that I am right. And Kofi doesn't wrestle too much longer. This janky ass company couldn't figure out a way to utilize Kofi until retirement. When I was looking at the accolades, Kofi Kingston has been a tag team champion 16 times. He has to be in the top 5 of most times Intercontinental Champion. Even though it was some fluky shit, Kofi Kingston was the WWE Champion above all else. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. If the WWE wasn't going to keep Kofi Kingston around, why didn't they send Kofi off the right way? Was WrestleMania not just 2 weeks ago? Whichever way they want to try to spin it, it really doesn't matter. This is worse than the R-Truth situation. Because even though he can, R-Truth didn't accomplish half of what Kofi Kingston did in WWE. Even when WWE tried to get rid of Kofi Kingston 10 years ago, that's when we saw a new day, literally. Kofi Kingston is not only just a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he has to be a 2-time Hall of Famer. Say what you want to say. New Day was accomplishing things that DX had achieved in the 90s. That's without the resources, and that's without the belief from the front office. Something that Triple H and HBK had plenty of. Like I just said, WWE was about to fire Kofi Kingston along with Xavier Woods all of these years ago. So let me reiterate, the company was not in support of Kofi at that time. That's why I admire the New Day so much. People always talking about getting it out the mud, turning nothing into something, but only certain people really do that in life. And in the wrestling world, that's why we saw a New Day. It's like the WWE won't even let us know how much of a genius Xavier Woods is. The guy who quiet is kept is the mastermind behind the New Day. It was a point in time they let us know that he got a PhD, but we damn near already knew he was a doctor, how he fixed the career for all three of those guys. You have to be a skilled surgeon to pull that off. In terms of having a WWE career, Xavier Woods performed emergency surgery. And along with Big E and Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods did something that a lot of other wrestlers simply just can't do. And that's become a full-blown WWE superstar off his own ideas. That's half the battle in WWE. It's figuring out who you are and who you're gonna be. This is why they have a performance center. This is why they have an NXT. So these things could be sorted out. I know I probably don't have to point this out, but I'm going to anyway. The New Day are three black guys. From what I've been able to gauge for the past 30 years, the WWE doesn't know how to write for black guys. Xavier Woods spoke on this in the past about the company wanted to have those three guys come out to the ring and be preachers. What the hell type of character is that for WWE? And didn't we see Devon Dudley do that back in the day? Xavier Woods sat there and figured that shit out. Here you got Big E looking like somebody that can compete with a Brock Lesnar. And when he first bust on the scene, he's coming out to the ring with AJ Lee. Just a big swole-ass black man that could hardly string a sentence together, and AJ Lee talking about this is her best friend. That's some bullshit. So of course Big E was on the chopping block at some point, but WWE set it up that way. That's just another testament to my point about WWE not knowing how to handle black wrestlers. Kofi Kingston came into the game as a Jamaican, and then when Xavier Woods helped correct the situation and we saw a New Day, we found out Kofi Kingston is from Philly. Just like I mentioned, I felt like Big E was set up for disaster, being the best friend of AJ Lee. The New Day was just set up when they turned heel and was the worst version of New Day that we've seen since they started that group. When you watch this show, we cover everything and we don't sugarcoat nothing. Kofi Kingston was around the corner of a 20-year mark on his career. We talking about legacy at this point. I don't want to hear shit about wrestlers being old, because last time I checked, Cody Rhodes has been around in the WWE just as long as Kofi Kingston. Because if we gonna do it, let's do it. This is worldwide classic, so let's get straight to it. Y'all trying to tell me that Kofi Kingston can't be as good in the ring as Cody Rhodes? Did Kofi Kingston not have a rivalry with Randy Orton early in his career? Just like Cody Rhodes? I just don't get how I'm seeing other people able to stick around, but guys like Kofi Kingston has parted ways, as the reports say. They don't say he was released because they've been very careful not to do that dumb shit. But for me, I don't care what words you use. The result is the same. A first ballot Hall of Famer is not with the company. He didn't have a final match. We know his ass wasn't getting no farewell tour. WWE couldn't even send Kofi off on a high note. Are these people gonna sit here and act like this was new information to them? They knew that they had Kofi Kingston's name scribbled down on the to-go list. After all the hype that surrounded R-Truth last year over this same situation, I wouldn't be surprised if they talk about this in the next season of Unreal. That's the perfect name for that damn show. And this company at this point. Or how about that feud? Kofi Kingston isn't good enough to have a shot at Cody Rhodes for the same championship he never competed for again. But then this past Friday night, WWE couldn't wait to send up Ricky Saint and immediately have him have a match with Cody Rhodes. I just ain't feeling this shit. I understand from a business standpoint certain things that's going on right now. WWE or TKO wants to focus on younger talent, but that should have already been a priority. The legends that's in the company need to stick around to help build up these young stars. That's what I thought Kofi was about to do with Javon Evans. Quiet as kept. I felt like Kofi Kingston should have had a match with Javon Evans at WrestleMania, especially when WWE knew that this Kofi Kingston situation was on the horizon. What was even the point of having Kofi Kingston trying to recruit Javon Evans all the way leading up to WrestleMania? The same way WWE would never part ways with a Randy Orton is the same way we shouldn't be hearing shit about Kofi Kingston leaving the company. But one thing about this life we all living right now, the universe always wins. I feel like WWE and TKO are slowly digging their own grave. Say what you want about AEW. I had a video in the past where I said that company is one star away from competing and possibly being on the same level as WWE. That's still true to this day. And AEW has done a great job at maintaining their position. I'm not saying that Kofi Kingston is the missing piece for AEW, but he could damn sure get that company moving in the right direction, especially since Xavier Woods will be right along with him. Let's also keep in mind that the Hurt Syndicate is still in AEW. WWE gonna keep playing around. Xavier Woods is a genius. WWE knew that to a degree. I don't know what's going on now, but if Xavier Woods is thinking about AEW, he could definitely be the catalyst in some things changing in pro wrestling. Not only is he a genius, but Xavier Woods is a leader. And he's one of those guys where every other wrestler in the business respects him. All of this is just kind of weird. At WrestleMania, Paige made a return, and now she's one half of the women's tag team champions. Once upon a time, Paige and Xavier Woods were caught up in some type of behind-the-scenes scandal. I don't really get into the messy shit, so I don't know the details. However that went, and however she was away from WWE for so long, it's just mighty ironic that since she's returned, now Xavier Woods is out the door. I told y'all before, I don't believe in coincidence. And what if that's true? Maybe this is why Kofi parted ways with WWE. It's about principle. What if WWE was on some lame shit with Xavier Woods and it having something to do with Paige? I could see Kofi Kingston standing on those principles and riding with Xavier Woods, whatever the outcome may be. Even that part of it just makes WWE look crazy right now. Paige is a good wrestler, and I know that she has a lot of popularity with the fans. But supposedly she retired before in WWE because of a neck injury. So whether she's medically cleared to go or not, is WWE saying that Paige could do more and contribute more to the company than Kofi Kingston can? We already know they don't give a damn about the tag team division. And I think this puts the nail in the coffin. This is an emergency episode, and I had to chime in real quick. We gonna come back later and talk about this a little bit more in depth, because now I'm about to look over this roster and I'm about to see the wrestlers who remained, and I'm gonna be making some comparisons, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more complaining. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. And in WWE, Kofi Kingston deserved a lot better.